Hello, and welcome to Daily English Whisper. My name is Max, and I am very happy that you are here with me today. Really. I know your time is important. You could be doing many other things right now. You could be scrolling on your phone. You could be watching something just for entertainment. But you chose to press play on this slow English podcast. That choice already says something powerful about you. Today's episode is called Learn English with Slow Podcast, Listening and Shadowing for Everyday English Confidence. In simple words, today we are going to learn English together in a calm, slow, friendly way. We will practice listening, we will practice shadowing, and most important, we will build confidence for real, everyday English situations. Maybe you feel a little frustrated with your English right now. Maybe you study, but you still feel nervous when you try to speak. Maybe you understand some words, but when someone talks fast, everything becomes confusing. Maybe you think, why is this so difficult for me? If you feel like this, you are not alone. Many learners feel the same. You go to work, you take care of your family, you study, you have responsibilities, your life is busy, and sometimes English feels like one more pressure in your day. You might say, I don't live in an English-speaking country, or I am too shy to speak, or even, maybe I am too old to learn well. Let me tell you something very important. These thoughts are common, but they are not the truth. You are not too old, you are not too slow, you are not bad at languages. You simply need the right type of practice. Many people believe a myth about learning English. They think they need to study for many hours every day. They think they must understand every grammar rule before they can speak. They think they must wait until they feel ready. But here is another idea, a better idea. You do not need long, stressful study sessions. You do not need to understand everything perfectly. You do not need to wait to feel ready. You need small, consistent practice in a safe space. That is what this slow podcast is for. When you listen to English in a calm rhythm, your brain relaxes. When you repeat simple sentences, your mouth learns new movements. When you practice a little every day, English slowly becomes familiar. And when something feels familiar, it feels less scary. Confidence does not come from being perfect. Confidence comes from repetition. If you listen again and again, if you repeat again and again, your brain starts to say, oh, I know this, I have heard this before, and that feeling is powerful. In this episode, I will guide you step by step. We will not rush. We will not use very complicated vocabulary. We will focus on clear, real-life English that you can use in normal situations. Talking about your day, describing simple plans, sharing small thoughts. And I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine that one day you speak English in a calm voice, not fast, not perfect, but steady. You understand more. You respond more easily. You do not panic inside. You simply speak. That version of you is possible. Not because of talent, but because of daily practice. The big idea of today is simple but strong. Slow listening and gentle shadowing, repeated every day, can build everyday English confidence. Not in one week, not in one dramatic moment, but slowly, naturally. You do not need to change your whole life. You only need to give English a small place in your daily routine. A few minutes in the morning, a few minutes at night, a few minutes while you walk or clean or wait, This is not just a lesson. This is a space where you can breathe and practice. So wherever you are right now, maybe sitting on your bed, maybe on a bus, maybe in your kitchen, take a slow breath with me. You are here. You are learning. And that is enough to begin. Stay with me. We will continue step by step. Now, let me ask you something simple, but very important. What is shadowing, and why is it so powerful for your English? Maybe you have heard this word before. Maybe it sounds a little technical, but shadowing is actually very easy. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence and you repeat it almost at the same time. You try to copy the rhythm, the sound, the music of the sentence. You do not stop to translate. You do not stop to analyze grammar. You simply follow the voice. Imagine you are walking behind someone on a quiet street. That person walks. You walk behind them. They turn left. You turn left. They slow down. You slow down. That is shadowing. In this slow podcast, I speak. You listen, and then you repeat. Sometimes you repeat after me. Sometimes you repeat with me. Why is this so powerful for learners at your level? Because English is not only knowledge, it is also movement. Your mouth needs practice. Your tongue needs practice. Your ears need practice. If you only read, your mouth is quiet. If you only listen, your mouth is quiet. But when you shadow, your mouth becomes active. And speaking is a physical skill. Just like learning to ride a bike or play a musical instrument, your body needs repetition. Another reason shadowing is powerful is because it builds automatic reactions. When you hear a common sentence many times and repeat it, your brain begins to remember the pattern. Later, in a real conversation, you will not need to think too much. The sentence will come more naturally. Now, let me explain how to do it step by step in a very simple way. First, listen carefully to one short sentence. Do not speak yet, just listen. Second, repeat the sentence slowly. Do not worry about perfect pronunciation, just try. Third, if you can, repeat it one more time. Each repetition makes the sentence stronger in your memory. Fourth, continue. Do not stop if you feel a little confused. Confusion is part of learning. Let's try a small practice together. Listen first. Today I decided to practice my English. Now repeat after me. Today I decided to practice my English. Good. Very good. Let's say it again, but a little slower. Today I decided to practice my English. Excellent. Maybe your pronunciation is not perfect. That is okay. Maybe you missed one word. That is okay too. You are training your ear and your voice at the same time. Here is another sentence. I don't need to understand everything. Listen again. I don't need to understand everything. Now you say it. I don't need to understand everything. Very nice. And now add this second part. I just need to keep listening. Repeat. I just need to keep listening. Good. When you shadow, you are not trying to win a competition. You are building familiarity. And familiarity creates comfort. Some days you will feel strong. Some days you will feel tired. On tired days, just listen and repeat softly. Even that is enough. Shadowing can become a small daily habit. Maybe 10 minutes in the morning, maybe 10 minutes before you sleep, maybe 5 minutes while you wait for your coffee. Small time, big impact. And remember this, it is normal not to understand every word the first time. Even advanced learners sometimes miss words. Do not stop because of one unknown word. Stay with the sentence. Stay with the sound. You are building something invisible but powerful inside your brain. Let's finish this part with one more short shadowing moment. Listen. I am building my confidence step by step. Now repeat. I am building my confidence step by step. Again, slowly. I am building my confidence step by step. Beautiful. That is shadowing. Simple, calm, repeated. And inside this slow podcast, we will use it again and again to help you grow. Now, let's move into the main question of this episode. How can you really build everyday English confidence with a slow podcast like this one? Maybe you have asked yourself this before. You listen to English. You watch videos. You study a little. But inside, you still feel unsure. Maybe your thoughts sound like this. I understand a little, but I cannot speak. I want to improve, but I am too busy. I start practicing, and then I stop. I feel embarrassed when I make mistakes. These thoughts are very common, and I want you to hear this clearly. There is nothing wrong with you. Learning a language as an adult is not easy. You have responsibilities, you have work, you have stress, you have days when you are tired and you just want to rest. English must fit into your real life, not into an imaginary perfect life. So here is the big question again. How can this slow podcast help you become more confident in everyday English? The answer is not magic. The answer is structure and small daily actions. You do not need to change everything. You do not need to study 3 hours every night. You need simple ways that you can repeat again and again. In this episode, I will guide you through several powerful but realistic ways to use slow listening and shadowing in your daily life. These are not complicated strategies. They are small steps that create real results. And I want you to stay open. Maybe one of these ways will feel perfect for you. Maybe another one will feel more difficult. That is okay. You are building your own rhythm. If this conversation already makes you feel a little calmer about English, you can gently like this episode. It helps Daily English Whisper reach more learners who feel exactly like you. And it tells me that this type of slow, supportive practice is helping you. Now, let's begin with the first practical way to turn this slow podcast into real confidence in your everyday life. Take a slow breath. We are not rushing. We are building something steady. Way number 1 is simple, but very powerful. Make this slow podcast part of your normal routine, not a special event. Many learners treat English like a big project. They say, on Saturday, I will study for 2 hours. But Saturday comes and you feel tired, or something unexpected happens, and then you feel guilty. Let's change that idea. English does not need to be a big event. It can be a small daily companion. For example, you wake up in the morning, you prepare your breakfast, maybe you make coffee or tea. Instead of silence, you press play on this slow podcast. You listen while you move around your kitchen. You are not sitting at a desk. You are not writing notes. You are just listening. Or maybe you take a bus or a train to work. Many people look at their phones. You can use that time to listen and repeat softly. You can even listen while you clean your room, organize your clothes, or water your plants. The secret is not long time. The secret is regular contact. When your brain hears English every day, even for 10 minutes, it becomes familiar. It stops feeling like a foreign sound. It starts feeling normal. Let's practice a sentence together. Listen first. English can be part of my daily life. Now, repeat after me. English can be part of my daily life. Good. Again, a little slower. English can be part of my daily life. Very nice. You see, you are already practicing while listening to a podcast. That is the beauty of this method. You do not need perfect silence. You do not need perfect concentration. You just need consistency. Maybe some days you only listen for 5 minutes. That is okay. 5 minutes every day is more powerful than 1 hour once a month. And I want to say something important. Do not wait for motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Routine stays. When English becomes part of your normal rhythm, you do not ask, "Do I feel motivated today?" You just press play, like brushing your teeth. You do not brush your teeth only when you feel inspired. You do it because it is part of your routine. English can be the same. Even if you feel tired, even if you had a long day, even if you think, "Today I am not in the mood." Press play. Listen softly. Repeat 1 or 2 sentences. That is enough. Every small listening moment is building something inside you, something invisible but strong. And remember this sentence. Small daily contact creates big long-term results. Now you say it. Small daily contact creates big long-term results. Excellent. You are not late. You are not behind. You are building step by step. And this slow podcast is here to walk with you in your real everyday life. Now, let's move to way number 2. Way number 2 is this: listen for meaning and emotion, not for perfection. This is very important. Many learners listen to English and try to catch every single word. When they miss one word, they feel stress. When they miss 2 words, they feel panic. And then their brain closes. Maybe you know this feeling. You are listening. Suddenly, you hear a word you do not know. Your mind stops. You think, "What does that mean?" And while you are thinking, the speaker continues. Now you missed the next sentence too. This is normal. But we can change this habit. When you listen to this slow podcast, do not try to catch every word. Instead, ask yourself, what is the general idea? What is the feeling? English is communication. Communication is about meaning, not perfection. Let me give you an example. Listen carefully. Last night, I stayed up late because I was thinking about an important decision. Maybe you do not understand every word, but you can feel something. The person did not sleep early. They were thinking. It was something serious. Now, repeat after me. Last night I stayed up late. Good. Because I was thinking about an important decision. Very nice. You see? Even if you are not sure about one word, you can still follow the story. When you practice listening for meaning, your brain becomes calmer. And when your brain is calm, you learn faster. You can practice this in real life. For example, imagine you are walking in a park and listening to this episode. Instead of saying, "I don't understand everything," you say, "I understand the main idea. That is enough for now." Let's practice that sentence. I understand the main idea. Now I understand the main idea. And add this. That is enough for now. Repeat. That is enough for now. Very good. Another example. Imagine you are cooking dinner. You are cutting vegetables, maybe onions or tomatoes. The podcast is playing in the background. You miss one sentence because you are focused on your food. That is okay. Do not stop the audio. Do not feel angry. Just continue listening. Learning English is not a test. It is a long conversation with the language. When children learn their first language, they do not understand everything at the beginning. They listen for months. They listen to tone, emotion, repetition. Slowly, their brain connects the sounds to meaning. You can learn in a similar way. You do not need to translate everything into your native language. Try to stay inside English as much as possible. Even if it feels a little uncomfortable, that discomfort is growth. Here is another small shadowing moment. Listen. I don't need to understand every word. Now repeat. I don't need to understand every word. Again, slowly. I don't need to understand every word. Excellent. And now this sentence. I can stay calm and keep listening. Repeat. I can stay calm and keep listening. Beautiful. When you stay calm, your confidence grows. When your confidence grows, you speak more easily. Even if today you understand only 60%, that is progress. Tomorrow, maybe 65, then 70. Confidence is built in small steps. So from now on, when you use this slow podcast, remember, listen for meaning, feel the message, and let perfection go. You are learning, you are improving, and you are doing better than you think. Now let's continue with way number 3. Way number 3 is very simple, but many learners avoid it. Speak with the podcast. Do not wait to feel ready. Some people think, I will speak when my grammar is better. Or, I will speak when I know more vocabulary. Or, I will speak when I feel confident. But confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes because of speaking. If you only listen, your brain learns. But if you listen and speak, your brain and your mouth learn together. So when you use this slow podcast, do not be a silent listener all the time. Be an active participant. For example, when I say a sentence, repeat it clearly. Even if you are alone in your room, even if you are in your car, even if you speak quietly. Let's practice. Listen. I am becoming more comfortable with English. Now you say it. I am becoming more comfortable with English. Very good. Again, a little slower. I am becoming more comfortable with English. Excellent. Now, let's go one step further. After you repeat my sentence, change it to fit your life. If I say, I had a busy morning at work, you repeat it. Then you change it. Maybe you say, I had a busy morning at school. Or, I had a busy morning at home. Let's try. Listen first. I had a busy morning at work. Now repeat. I had a busy morning at work. Good. Now change it to your reality. I had a busy morning at school. Or, I had a busy morning at home. Beautiful. When you do this, you are not just copying English, you are using it, and that changes everything. You can practice this while you are driving. You can pause the podcast and create your own sentence. You can speak while you are walking in a quiet street. You can even practice softly while you fold your clothes. Do not worry about your accent. Do not worry about small mistakes. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is movement. Let's say this together. My English grows when I speak. Repeat. My English grows when I speak. Again. My English grows when I speak. Very nice. And I am curious, which way is helping you the most so far? Listening in small daily moments? Relaxing about perfection? Or speaking with the podcast? You can write a short comment and tell me. It can be just one sentence. And stay with me until the end, because the last idea will connect everything in a very powerful way. Remember, your voice deserves space. Your English deserves sound. Every time you speak, even if it feels uncomfortable, you are training your confidence. And little by little, speaking will feel more natural. Not because you waited, but because you practiced. Now let's move to way number 4. This one is very powerful for everyday English confidence. Way number 4 is this: connect the podcast to real situations in your daily life. English grows faster when it is not only inside your headphones, but also inside your real world. When you finish listening to this slow podcast, your practice should not stop. You can carry English with you into normal situations. For example, imagine you are at a small pharmacy. You are waiting in line. Instead of looking at your phone in your native language, you can think in English. You can say in your mind, I need to buy some medicine. I hope the line moves quickly. I forgot to bring a small bag. Let's practice one. I need to buy some medicine. Now repeat. I need to buy some medicine. Very good. Another example, imagine you are at a bus stop early in the morning. It is a little cold. You are tired. You can think in English. It's colder than I expected. I should have brought a jacket. I hope the bus arrives on time. Listen to this sentence. I hope the bus arrives on time. Now you say it. I hope the bus arrives on time. Excellent. You see what we are doing? We are connecting English to real life. Not to a classroom, not to a test, but to moments you already live every day. This last way can become even stronger when you break it into very small actions. Very small. For example, one micro-action is changing your phone language to English for a short period of time, maybe for 3 days, maybe for 1 week. You will see words like settings, notifications, storage, battery. These words will appear again and again. Slowly, they become natural. Another micro-action is writing 3 simple sentences at night. Not a long diary, just 3 lines. For example, today I felt tired but productive. I had lunch with a colleague. I want to sleep earlier tomorrow. Short, honest, real. You can also record a 1-minute voice note before you go to bed. You open your phone and say, today was a challenging day. I solved 1 problem at work. I felt proud of that. No one needs to listen to it. It is your private training. These small actions take only a few minutes. But they change your relationship with English. English becomes part of your thinking, part of your reflection, part of your daily story. And when English enters your daily story, your confidence changes. You are no longer a person who only studies English. You are a person who uses English. Let's repeat one more sentence together. English is part of my real life. Now you. English is part of my real life. Again, slowly. English is part of my real life. Beautiful. You do not need to change your whole routine. You only need to add small English moments inside it. And those moments, repeated every day, will quietly build strong everyday confidence. Let's continue expanding this idea of connecting English to your real life in small, realistic ways. Because this last way is not only one action, it is a group of tiny habits that fit inside your busy day. Another micro habit you can try is leaving short comments in English online, not long messages, not perfect grammar, just simple, honest sentences. For example, if you watch a short video, you can write, "This was very helpful," or "I am practicing my English every day." Let's repeat that sentence. I am practicing my English every day. Now you. I am practicing my English every day. Good. Writing small public sentences, even one line, helps your brain accept English as a real communication tool, not just something private in your notebook. Another micro habit is choosing one short audio or video every week and repeating it several times. The first time, you just listen. The second time, you pause and shadow. The third time, you try to speak at the same time as the speaker. Repetition is not boring. Repetition builds strength. Think about music. When you hear a song many times, you remember the lyrics without trying. English works in a similar way. You can also create a 1-minute English moment every day. It can happen while you brush your teeth, while you wash your hands, while you wait for your computer to start. During that 1 minute, you describe what you are doing. For example, I am brushing my teeth. The water is too cold. I need to hurry. Let's repeat one. I need to hurry. Now you. I need to hurry. Very nice. Another small action is speaking to yourself in English when you make small decisions. For example, when you open your closet, you can say, I will wear the blue shirt today. Or, I think this jacket is more comfortable. These sentences are simple, but they are real. They come from your life, and that makes them powerful. You do not need to find extra hours in your schedule. You already have moments. We are just changing the language inside those moments. Even if you are very busy, even if you work long hours, even if you feel tired at night, 1 minute here, 3 sentences there, 5 minutes with a slow podcast. All these micro habits together create a new identity. Slowly, you stop saying, I am trying to learn English. You start saying, I use English every day. Let's say this together. I use English every day. Repeat, I use English every day. Again, slowly. I use English every day. Beautiful. Confidence is not created in one big moment. It is created in many small, quiet moments that no one sees. And you are capable of building those moments. Now let's gently bring everything together. Today, in this slow podcast, we talked about how to learn English through calm listening and shadowing, and how to build real everyday confidence. We started with one simple but powerful idea. You do not need perfection. You need repetition. You need small daily contact with English. We talked about making this podcast part of your routine, not something special, not something dramatic, just something normal. We talked about listening for meaning, not for every single word. We talked about speaking with the podcast, not waiting until you feel ready. And we talked about connecting English to real moments in your life, at the pharmacy, at the bus stop, in your kitchen, in your room, in your thoughts. All these small actions create something bigger than you imagine. Here is your secret sentence for this episode. Slow practice builds strong confidence. Listen again. Slow practice builds strong confidence. Now repeat after me. Slow practice builds strong confidence. Again, slowly. Slow practice builds strong confidence. Very good. You do not need to change your whole life to improve your English. You can change small parts of your day. You can write your to-do list in English. You can say good morning to yourself in English. You can describe your lunch in English. You can watch 5 minutes of a series in English and repeat one sentence. These small changes are not dramatic, but they are powerful. And something beautiful happens when you do this regularly. English stops being only a subject you study. It becomes part of who you are. You are not just a student sitting at a desk. You are a person building a second voice. A voice that can speak to new people. A voice that can open new opportunities. A voice that can travel beyond borders. And maybe right now, your English feels simple, maybe it feels slow. That is okay. Simple English is real English. Slow English is growing English. I want you to imagine yourself a few months from now. You press play on a podcast, and you understand more. You speak a little more easily. You feel less fear. That future version of you is not created by one big effort. It is created by days like today. By listening, by repeating, by staying consistent. If this episode, Learn English with Slow Podcast, Listening and Shadowing, Everyday English Confidence, helped you feel calmer and stronger, I invite you to subscribe to Daily English Whisper. We will continue practicing together, slowly, gently, step by step. And before we finish, let me say something personal. I am proud of you. Yes, you. Because you are here, because you are trying, because you are building something that takes courage. Keep going. Even on tired days, even on busy days. Slow practice. Strong confidence. This is Max, and thank you for sharing this time with me on Daily English Whisper. Take a deep breath. Believe in your progress, and I will see you very soon in our next Slow English episode.